Hola, profe.
Morning, guys. Good to see you and or hear you again. Welcome to a new class, new session, um, and we are recording already. And well, yesterday couldn't log in because of some technical problems with my computer, but they're fixed now. And well, um, I already uploaded also some links uh, related to yesterday's class, and hold on, I'm gonna share my screen right now. Si me escuchan bien, ¿cierto? ¿Se escucha o no se escucha, chicos, chicas?
Sí, profe, sí se escucha bien.
Vale, gracias. Thank you very much. So let me show you some of the things that I uploaded yesterday. Digamos como para compensar lo que no se hizo ayer. I uploaded 2 videos about definite and indefinite articles in English. Well, basically definite, indefinite, and zero articles. Vamos a estudiar eso también, por supuesto. Tenemos también unos ejercicios, activities, con relación a definite, indefinite, and zero articles. ¿Ya? Para usted, para que le eche una miradita. Y today we're gonna finish the topic that we were dealing with about bureaucracy in governments. Voy a leer el chat. Sí, profe, sí, ya, eso, el tema del micrófono. Okay. And chapter number 83 about bureaucracy. I think that we were dealing a little bit with this thing on Monday, si no me equivoco. Y si me equivoco, me disculpan porque déjenme ver. Veamos. Creo que sí estuvimos viendo con ustedes el tema de burocracia el lunes, si no me equivoco. Y si no, lo vamos a ver por primera vez. 83. Hold on. Here. Okay, bureaucracy. And okay. So bureaucracy, like a quick review about this, it's pretty much like the official rules and procedures used by officials in any government. Bureaucracy is present in democracies. Bureaucracy is present in republics. and dictatorships everywhere. Um, I think that maybe in a dictatorship it could be a higher level of bureaucracy because of the means of control that the state needs to implement when they want to control the populations, and a lot of bureaucracy, of course. Um, but it is also present in an imperfect democracy as ours. Um, so bureaucracy may have a negative connotation, of course, because it often means unnecessary rules, long waits, lots of documents, forms, and paperwork, etc. Paperwork is kind of a necessary evil, but there are, some offices which require a lot of documents, and sometimes it's kind of a really stupid process to do, like a you know an errand, que es como el trámite, o paperwork también, que básicamente el paperwork es la palabra que asocia al papel en sí, filling forms and everything. Errands es el hecho de salir a hacer el trámite y de una oficina a otra, eso es errands, ¿ok? Um, la pega que uno hace de salir y hacer todo ese asunto, ese proceso. Pero el paperwork es el proceso de llenar formularios. Then you got like a list of vocabulary here about documents. For example, the passport, identity card, driving license, visa, certificates, and all those kinds of forms and documents. And for every document, you need a different process. You need to fill in forms, pay some money, etc. There are some documents which are for free, and others that are, in this case, pay for pay to get them. The officials, which are basically the public servers, the public staff, often check, for example, your documents. They tell you, you know what, you miss one document, just te falta uno, so you have to go again and do another line to get the document. Or maybe está mal llenado, ¿cierto? You haven't filled in the form appropriately, so you have to do it again. Or for example, the police may check your driving license, passport officials may check your identity card, and I don't know, in the airport, and that sort of stuff. Some of these documents are for a fixed period of time, like the visa, for 3 months, for 6 months, for 2 years, etc. And the end of that time, your visa runs out. Como se venció. Runs out is one of the terms. Or expires, which is like more formal in this case. If you want to stay in the country, for example, talking about the visa again, you must renew it. Renew is the word for, renovarla, which is pretty much obvious. And you can renew a visa, passport, membership card of a club, renew your driving license, etc. Okay. In the section of forms, in this case, I would like somebody to help me with the reading of this section. And I'm going to ask, hold on, I'm gonna make it a little bigger. Forms. The famous formularios. Scarlett, are you Scarlett Hernandez? Can you help me with the reading of this section? Are you alive, Scarlett? I'm sorry. No problem. Let the baby sleep. Um, okay, maybe Nicole Carrasco. Are you with us this morning? Nicole, are you in the arms of Morpheus? That's okay. Monse, are you around? Monse Valenzuela.
Sí, profe, pero no sé qué tanto pueda leer porque se me cae a cada rato Zoom. Entonces, lo voy a intentar, pero si se cae, no, no es
It's
mi
okay.
culpa.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Forms. There are also situations where you need to fill in or complete forms where are some landing cards, a form you may have to fill in when you enter another country, enrollment form, a form you often fill in when you do a course, go to school or college, etc. It may also be called a registration form, application form, a form to write details of yourself, often when applying for a job. With almost all forms, you will need to sign them. Write your signature. Example, signed.
Thank you very much. Really good job. Thanks a lot. All right. So we got this different forms or formularios in Spanish. So we use the verb fill in this case, or complete the forms, fill in. So we can fill in a huge variety of forms for different things. In this case, the landing card is pretty much like in this case a document that you need to fill in when you land in another country. When you after a flight. An enrollment form is pretty much like when you want to, I don't know, enter the university and fill in something. You can fill in documents like physically or or virtually. All right. Um, es como el formulario de matrícula. That's the enrollment form. It's also called the registration form. Oh, absolutely. Application form in this case to write details of yourself. Normally, when you want to, for example, apply for a scholarship, apply for a job, and a sort of benefit, it's application, como el formulario de postulación, saying that. Apply for a job, yeah. And you need to sign the forms many times. With a virtual signature or a physical signature. All right. All right. No problem, Antonio. All right. Formal language in this case related to bureaucracy. Formal written expressions under spoken English meanings. For example, the date of birth, country of origin, marital status, date of arrival, date of departure, especially when you're filling in like a landing card or maybe I don't know, filling in the form for the visa or for the passport. When were you born? Where do you come from? Are you single or married? When did you arrive? When are you leaving? Or if you got kids, for example, etc., etc. Bureaucratic problems. I think this is pretty much the most bothering or desagradable. The most bothering situation about bureaucracy is the problems that it creates. We associate bureaucracy with problems. That's pretty much normal. For example, you may have to queue or make a line in this case, como hacer las filas. Queue is British, line is American. To get an official piece of paper or have it stamped. Today, with the pandemic, I think the line, lining like every day for something is such a normal and even worse situation. Mm. um, Especially, for example, for immigrants who come to Chile and they have to, I don't know, renew the visa, renew some residential, I don't know, paperwork, and they have to be like doing a long line for many hours, or like a citizen, a Chilean citizen, waiting in the civil registration to, I don't know, to obtain or renew the ID card, the national ID card. Um, Even when you go to the supermarket, you have to queue or wait in a line, uh, because of the social distance like that. So, but lines today are worse than before. Um, all right. Maybe you'd like to discuss about more problems related to bureaucracy. Maybe you have lived a situation or an experience which is kind of problematic in our country. Like, for example, when you go to Compin, a lot of people have so many problems going to Compin to, do this paperwork about the medical leaves. Medical leave um, is before, of course, many years ago, it was not a right. El libro de felicitaciones, dice Mons. Especially when you go to the public hospital. When you go to a public hospital and you take, like, I don't know, 10 hours to be assisted, or it's not attended, porque attended tiene que ver con otra cosa. Attended in this case is like, attendance es asistencia. Assistance es como la atención, the assistance. um so yeah, I've written in several books in my life because of especially because of the bad assistance. But I remember I have written a couple of times, congratulating the people for the good service. I think a couple of times. Um, but yeah, public hospitals, a lot of bureaucracy. When you want to get, your medical leave. Que lo voy a escribir, pero se me olvidó. Medical leave. Basically, es la licencia médica. Um, Also called medical certificate, which is el documento en sí, el medical certificate. Ay, le mandé un mensaje esto era para todos. Ahí sí, todos van a ver lo que escribí. Medical leave and medical certificate. A licencia médica. What other paperwork which is so disgusting or bothering Chile is, yeah, when you want to renew for example, yeah, national ID card, or when you want to renew the driving license, when you want to pay for in this case, your this permission to use the card. And what else? In the bank, yeah, that's true, Scarlett. When you want to withdraw money, como retirar o girar is withdraw money. Or when you want to deposit money, same thing, in the bank. Especially when you have to withdraw cash, it's really important. Or withdraw cash. or with an ATM, for example, the automatic teller machine or the cajero automático, you have to do a long line because everybody wants to withdraw money, of course, especially at the end of the month or at the beginning of a month. For example, in at UMSE and in other universities, we are paid on the fifth, fifth of every month, and but normally they deposit the money. So, but when you want to withdraw the money, of course, I have to wait in a line to get the cash. Um, yeah. Any other bureaucratic thing in Chile? Like pretty much everything is bureaucratic. The health system. Also, for example, if you want to apply for a school, public school, and I remember that you had to, yeah, schools, exactly, Monse. Fill in forms and apply for a school, doing a test, an exam, or doing this tombola, stupid system, about the 10%. It's true. Yeah, when you want to check out your money on the web page, and you have to wait for like exactly the AFPs, bureaucratic thing. Absolutely. Um, and actually, I think all of these processes, like um, or when you want to, I don't know, in the Congress, um, when they want to issue a law, there are laws that are like for years stuck in the process, and I assume this because of the uh, there are countries in which we have only one unicameral um, system of representatives. In Chile we got deputies and the Senate, but in other countries they only have one body of representatives, which is cheaper, way cheaper than the current system. They only have deputies, for example. Maybe they have more deputies than in Chile, or maybe fewer, but they work. They work. And but in Chile we got a lot of senators, a lot of deputies, and more representatives in general. Um, I don't really know if they really represent the people, but yeah, they are chosen, elected by the people, and but they take so long to create new laws, and I assume that's a bureaucratic system, or part of the bureaucratic, problem. Monse says existing basically, yeah. Existing is a bureaucratic process. Absolutely. I understand that bureaucracy understood as a official rules and procedures are sometimes necessary, but we could make them faster through technology, for example. If we used technology for every process today, I think it could be faster. Many errands are faster today because of the technology. Web pages, for example, the certificates from civil registration that you can obtain for free. It takes minutes for me to get a background, como antecedentes, like the background certificate. Um, it takes just minutes. And other countries, they have both, but dispute at the same. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dispute is the same. Exactly. They fight for the same things, maybe. Monse, that's true. It's stupid how long it takes make a law. Yeah, yeah, and sometimes to especially about this thing about the 10%. It's a very fast thing, but it's it's because of it has political connotations, and also there are a lot of political capital in this. Like people today know that who votes for what. because we look for the information, we look up for the information, so we know, okay, this guy voted against the 10%, and this another guy voted uh, for the 10%. So the next election, I'm going to remember that, and they know that they capitalize, some of the um, in this case processes to approve some laws, approve some decrees, and etc. etc. But they normally take a longer time for laws which are not convenient for the system, for example, and so on. Because of the president, absolutely, Monse. Yes, of course. When the president, in this case, he starts to influence the the legal body, it becomes a slower process and very undemocratic. Absolutely, very very undemocratic to start, influencing the Congress, influencing in this case the Supreme Court, and so on. Mm. Um, the tech T-Rex arms, yeah, absolutely. Stupisaurus, blah blah blah. Yeah, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And well, um, we're gonna do some exercises. Um, Hold on. I'm gonna start typing a little bit on the screen, so I'm gonna use this one. Okay. So I want you to give me some ideas for cards. You can type in the chat room for different options for a card. Hmm? Please. For example, Visa card. All right. Visa card. Uh, I don't know if any country gives you a card when you get the visa. Normally, it's like a stamp or something that they put in the passport. Um, Credit card, yeah. There you go. I'll take that. You were talking, Monse, you were talking about Visa or MasterCard. Yeah, I'm sorry. Estúpidamente estaba pensando en otra cosa. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Monse. Credit card, yes. MasterCard, yes. Pretty much the same. Debit or credit card, yeah. Debit. I'll take that one too. Debit card, yeah. ID, ID card in this case. MasterCard is a brand. You're right. Yes, Scarlett, you're right. Certificate. What kind of certificate do we have in our country? It was a joke. It's okay, Valentino. Library card. Yeah, library card. I agree with that sponsor. Birth certificate. Yes, I got it. Birth certificate. Death certificate. I'm gonna I'm gonna type that one too. Death certificate. Certificado de defunción. Yeah, that's true. Death certificate. Do you have a death certificate, guys? Not yet. All right, indeed, says Paula. I do. All right. We should be able to issue a death certificate in the morning. I would be really glad to have a couple of death certificates in the morning. Driver license, yeah. Yeah, driver license or driving license. Yeah, there you go. Driving license. What other kind of license? Medical license, gun license. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna put that one. Gun license. Medical licenses. Medical leave is the technical name. Medical leave. Um, don't ask me why, because the culture is different. Just because of that. It makes sense to me. It makes a lot of sense to me saying medical license, of course. Uh, but in the Anglo-Saxon culture, it's not the same concept because normally the driving license is a card, a gun license is another card, but the medical license, it it can be understood as the authorization of the state to exercise medicine. It's a different thing than medical license for the Anglo-Saxon culture. Um, so that's why it's a medical leave, or medical certificate, which is in that case more Anglo-Saxon. Driver's license, like the song, school form. Yeah. Good. School form. There you go. School form. Well, school form in this case can be primary, high school, and also college. Because in the United States, school is also used for university or community college. School in general, it's like a generic concept for all the levels of education. School form, I agree. And any other type of form, guys? We got the school form, el formulario. Traveling form, yes. I'll take that one. Travel form. I mean, all the forms that you fill in in the airport or in any organization is a los papeles, formulario form. And the tax form, for example, the tax form is also very famous. Tax form, para el impuesto. CV, the CV is, or resume is, I don't really know if, yeah, it is possible, Mateo, if there is a form designed by an organization, it is. Because de hecho yo now I have filled in like a template, exactly, Paula. Yep. There are some organizations, schools, or companies in the past that I have applied in which they have given me a form, but it is a CV. I mean, it's like a resume that I have to fill in, right? It's like a template. And so it's valid, Mateo. Yep. Only in that case, when somebody else, gives you like a piece of paper that you have to fill in as a CV. Vacation form. Vacation form. When you want to travel, I think maybe. Um, yeah, when you go, for example, to some agencies, I think when you go to an agency, you have to fill in a form to maybe hire the service. You had to fill in a form. Oh, vacation form. Okay, I got it. I got it. Oh yeah, you're right, Scarlett. Yeah, you're right. Yes. Uh, I have never filled in that piece of paper in my life. It doesn't happen in schools anyway. But yeah, I agree with you, Scarlett. Travel form. What else? Excellent. Thank you for the information for the first exercise. Um, and then you got more exercises here, like 83.2.3.4.5. All right. Let me check out the time. Do we have time to do that? 9:24. We got 6 minutes left. Yeah, before continuing, I would like to ask you about the book reports. Yeah, you know that we got uh, one. I got a new assistant to the curso escrito. Her name is Ivana Lizama. She was my student for 2 years. You know, I met her in first year. She is brilliant, basically. One of the best students that I have ever had in UMSE, of course. And you, if you want to ask her questions, if you want to, in this case, yeah, ask her questions, double check your book form. Just text her. You can text her and send her a mail with the book review, so that she can have like a previous check. You know, I recommend to you to do that. Mm? And to have I can of course have a look at your uh, book reviews, of course. I've been in the process to do it. Today I'm gonna check more, like a previous check to some of the book forms, and the deadline is Friday at midnight. Okay, Friday at midnight, and that's the final deadline. Um, if you in this case take a longer time, like for example, if you send me the the book report on Saturday, I will still receive it. Okay, but you have to write or text me before to tell me why. You know, at least I need to know why you are sending me the book review. You know, late, as a late delivery. Hmm? Explain to me. Otherwise, I'm going to discount some score, but that's not the idea. If you text me before that, no, profesor, que no puedo porque estoy enfermo, o tenía mal el compu, o no tenía internet, o quién sabe qué, cualquier cosa, solamente escríbanme, ¿ya? Y yo les voy a creer. Ya, pero escríbanme, así que se van a demorar, por favor, para no aplicar ningún descuento. In case you send me the thing on Saturday. I have a question. Yeah, go ahead, Valentina. What question do you have? Uh-huh. The title could be any kind of title. O puede poner simplemente book, book review. Yes, yes. Debe tener un título. Debe tener un título. Sí, parte de las guidelines. You're welcome. All right. More questions about the book review. Como les dije, hoy día voy a estar revisando algunas, digamos, otra cosa importante. Claro, escríbanme, o sea, cuando me manden el book review, póngale si es como el final version, como, sí, final version, como que, ¿por qué les digo esto? Cuando alguien me dice, profe, échele una miradita, pero no es la versión final, póngalo, ¿ya? Porque yo siempre que me dicen, échale una miradita, asumo de que no es la versión final, porque te tengo que echar una mirada. No lo voy a calificar, lo voy a simplemente mirar y voy a decir, mira, corrige esto, esto. ¿Ya? Pero si ustedes me mandan como, si yo veo que se ve como una final version porque tiene el título, tiene una imagen, tiene así como todo en regla, y me dicen, aquí va mi book review, yo asumo de que no le voy a echar una miradita, yo lo voy a calificar de inmediato. Entonces, pero como no hay, en el correo no hay ninguna especificación, yo lo asumo, ¿cierto? Entonces, cuando me escriban, traten de ser bien explícito, de decir, profe, esta no es mi versión final, échenlo a mirar, porfa. Y de ahí, obviamente, porque usted tiene que aplicar las correcciones y después mandarme la final version para que yo le ponga nota. si me mandan la final version de una, pues, profe, esta es mi versión final, ¿cierto? Que le vaya bien, ¿cierto? Ahí sí, pues, yo, como les digo, yo tengo que de repente a veces adivinar, pero normalmente la chunto. Monse dice, profe, ¿qué pasa si de título le puse Animal Farm? No, esto no hay problema, Monse. Profe, yo se lo compartí por Drive, se lo tengo que mandar por correo también. No, está todo bien, Valentina, es lo mismo. Bueno, no es lo mismo, pero me sirve más en Google Drive. ¿Ya? Es más directo. ¿Ya? Porque los correos lo que hago simplemente los abro y los comparto con la persona que me mandó el correo y ahí quedamos conectados vía Google Drive. Se lo mandé ayer, profe, la versión final. Excelente. Thank you, Monse. Ahí estamos, ¿viste? Ahí yo sé que la Monse me mandó su versión final y lo calificó, digamos, desde el sábado empezó a ponerle nota a los temas, ¿ya? Todavía es periodo de entrega. No dice versión final. Sí. Ajá, pero lo es. No problem, Monse. I got it. What time is it? Estamos en la hora, ya aparece. Sí, 9:30. Thank you very much for coming to the class virtually. Va a quedar esto como tareita, ¿cierto? El 83.2, 83.3.4, and 5. Okay, the next class we're going to study about definite and indefinite articles and zero articles. All right. Have a great day and see you tomorrow, I think. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Chao, profe.
Chao, chao. Gracias
Chao,
a
profe,
ustedes.
cuídese.
You're welcome. You too.